You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 3rd, 2025 meeting of the LaPorte County Community Corrections Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
So welcome everybody. Let's start by standing and saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think so. So, in part of your roll call, maybe introducing people or letting people introduce themselves.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
but I'll let you lead that.
Okay, for roll call, Deborah Ackerman.
Present.
Okay, did you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
I'm the Assistant Chief Juvenile Probation Officer for juvenile.
Oh,
We don't hear a thing.
So they're not hearing
oh,
anything
so
when
they
we
have to
do
stand up
that.
for each. They have to come up and read.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Deborah Ackerman, Assistant Chief Juvenile Probation Officer.
Thank you. Judge Havens.
Self-explanatory. Good morning, Julianne Havens, Judge of LaPorte Circuit Court.
Bruce Ashley. Jackie Dermody. Did I say that correctly?
Dermody.
Dermody.
Jackie Dermody, and I'm the Director of Family Advocates for LaPorte County.
Sheriff Heeg. Tyler Wyshlewski.
Tyler Wyshlewski, Director of Juvenile Court Services.
Elizabeth Flynn. Steve Irick.
Here, I'm Steve Irick, Chief Probation Officer for Adult Probation.
Brian Brook. Thomas O'Neill.
Thomas O'Neill, retired IT professional.
Liam Hobbs.
Here, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Liam Hobbs, professor and principal at Sacred Heart Apostolic School out in Rolling Prairie. I'm an at-large member, appointed.
Steve Crittenden.
Here, Stephen Crittenden.
Mike Burby.
Good morning, Mike Burby, retired dairy farmer.
Commissioner Joe Haney.
Good morning, President and Joe Haney, LaPorte County Commissioner.
Sean Fagan. Pastor Lane Timberlake.
James Lane Timberlake, local pastor, Michigan City, Indiana.
Not yet. Oh. Jamie Oss, Judge Oss. Mr. Pressel.
Here, Junior Pressel, LaPorte County Council.
Katie Jesniewski. Judge Stahlbrink.
Rich Stahlbrink, Judge of LaPorte Superior Court 2.
Deanne Campbell.
That everybody?
Mm-hmm. I think I have did I get everybody? I think so.
Okay. Welcome everybody. Now that we've gotten our exercise portion of the meeting out, we will review the agenda. Looking for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the agenda is presented.
Is there a second? Thank you, Jackie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then you've all received a copy. You all got a copy, right? Either today or in email of everything. So the review of the minutes, does anybody have any comments? If not, I'd accept a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you, Deb. Motion and second. Is there any discussion? Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Director's report.
All right. So for our financials, I'm going to turn over to Ms. Holly to discuss our financial report. This is our end of the year report. We do have a 13th month, so our encumbrances have not been added in.
So going by the agenda, the balance of the IDOC grant fund as of December 31st, it was $20,376.37. And as Ms. Beatty said, that's before any encumbrances have been paid, which they are being paid now. The balance in our project income account, we are at, as of December 31st, $244,936.56. The collected project income for 2024 was $1,095,238.47. And then the balance of our CTP fund stands at $15,344.86.
And for those of you who are new to the board, community corrections is funded in 3 ways. We're funded by the county, gives us a portion, DOC gives us a large grant, and then we collect fees from our participants, which is noted as our project income. So those are the 3 items that you see on here. We also supervise early releases from DOC, which is known as CTP, Community Transition Program, and so they reimburse us, DOC reimburses us for supervising them, and so that's the CTP fund. Our status reports, Ms. Garner. Oh, I'm sorry. IDOC audit. We did receive our audit from the Indiana Department of Corrections. They audit our accounts every year, and we had 0 findings, but I'd like to read a note from DOC. DOC sent a note and said, Ms. Beatty is always a pleasure to work with. I appreciate the timeliness, organized record keeping, and consistent communication from the entire LaPorte Community Corrections team. And so I'd just like to say thank you to my staff. It means a lot. For those of you who are not new to the board, you are well aware that in the past there has been issues with our financials from Community Corrections, and we have truly dug ourselves out of that hole. So I appreciate that.
Good job. Very good job. Okay, status reports.
As of December 31st, 2024, we had 62 males, 8 females, 3 participants on CTP, 0 on step home and day reporting, 154 GPS home detention, 6 scram, 29 scram X. We released 28 participants. We removed 21, and the total intakes for the month is 58.
And I'm going to try and go over little things for our newer members. Our work release clients are those that live in our facility, and our GPS, Scram-X, Step Home, and CTP clients, those are the ones that are supervised outside of our facility. We can house 144 males in our facility and 24 females, and we can have an infinite number of individuals on our home detention program.
Sometimes it seems like infinite, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Any questions about those status reports? All right. Staff trainings.
Okay. New this year, DOC is asking us to go over staff trainings with our advisory board. So one of the trainings that we had this year was Live to Lead training with Trudy Menke. We had 8 staff attend that. Last year we had a new case manager who attended MRT training and IRAS training. The IRAS training is where she's able to do an evaluation for a DOC. The MRT training, Ms. Carrillo, you want to explain what MRT training is?
Yes, it's moral therapy recognition. It's a 12-step program, so basically it's more of a cognitive. We have them complete this 12 steps, 1 step a week, and it's basically teaching them how to better thinking skills and different ways that they can approach things.
Okay. We also had physical tactics training at LaPorte County Jail. We do want to thank LaPorte County Jail. They have embraced us into their training program. So whenever they have jail trainings, they let us know, and they've offered that at no charge to our staff. So we appreciate Sheriff Heeg in allowing us to train over at the county jail. We've also worked with adult probation, and we partnered with them with Narcan training, and so we'd like to appreciate adult probation for allowing us to do that as well.
Okay. Any questions about trainings? All right, juvenile services report. I think the only thing is the
grant.
The grant request. I got the letter here. Do I have it here? Here it is. Received a request from Director Campbell about a week or so ago, requesting a letter from the advisory board to support and approve the LaPorte County Juvenile Services Center Department of Correction JCC grant application for fiscal year 26. And he had to get it in, so we sent the letter, but we need to vote to approve our support for this grant application. So I would entertain a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Jackie?
What is the grant for? Is it for like general funding overall, or
Do you know enough?
get it every year?
I think it's a recurring every year DOC thing, yeah. So it's, it's maintaining the program. Any other questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Problem solving court report. I didn't know what y'all want to hear, so I brought everything. But I'm not going to go through that. That's drug court. We receive $45,000 through the Department of Corrections in a grant. The $45,000, $35,000 covers GPS. Let me get to that point. Sorry, drug testing. $35,000 is for drug testing. And then we also receive $10,000 to help cover GPS devices, because a lot of the participants in drug court are put on GPS, Scram-X, those kinds of things. So they do not have to pay. It's paid for through the grant. These people who are in drug court are fighting through some issues recently, I would say generally, recently released from custody somewhere and put into this program. So starting out, they don't have jobs, and they're all working on getting that put together. Right now we have 23 people in the program, 19 males and 4 females. That's all I got.
Okay. If there's any questions about why we have juvenile service center report and a problem solving court, under our grant umbrella, we is the problem solving grant as well as the juvenile service center grant. So because they are kind of under the umbrella of our large grant, then that means that we have to allow them space for this advisory board to hear any report from them. So from here going forward, they will be on our agenda for a report. Okay?
Okay. Old business, building issues update.
We are pleased to announce our F dorm has been completed. It is fixed. For some time, we had a dorm that was damaged that we could not house anyone in, or if we did house someone, it had to be our senior citizens who could not climb up and out of the building, because we had some participants that were destructive and tore up that dorm. So we are pleased to announce that that has been fixed.
Questions? Policy manual?
Policy manual. The policy manual, which please forgive me, I forgot to send the policy manual to our new board members. However, DOC had been asking for the last 5 years for our policy manual to be updated and to fix. So me and Ms. Garner, along with several other members of Community Corrections, worked diligently last year to get that policy manual updated with the help of Lexapol. So we do have it fixed. It was presented to the advisory board last year for them to review, and so we just need to be able to ask for a motion to accept the policy manual as written if the board is not comfortable at this time, because you all have not had an opportunity to review the manual, I can send that to you email, and we can do a vote via email if you'd like to entertain that idea. Or you can abstain, because I think we do have a quorum where those who were on the board last year can vote for that manual.
So what's your pleasure?
So our next meeting's not going to be until May, right? So like you said, there's some members who haven't seen it yet. I would make a motion to adopt the new policies and procedures manual pending review by the rest of the board, as long as there's no exceptions from the board, from the new members once they get it. I think that gives us a way to have a public vote on it, as well as if we need to come back at it. So
okay.
Okay. Do we need a timeline? Like, are we going to May, or are we going to just say by the end of the month, or
by February 15th, if you can get that manual out to everybody by the end of the day. That way everybody will have 14 days to review it, and
that's possible.
And we don't drag it out. That way DOC stays happy.
Okay, so we're going to do a virtual vote or an email vote?
Well, no. Well, we could vote now. Anybody who wants to abstain could abstain, as long as we have a majority vote, and then predicated on anybody having any questions.
Okay.
You know, none come in by the 15th, then it's approved.
So we have a motion. Do I have a second? Any discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Now we have to vote on it, right? That was just to approve the process.
Yes.
So now we need a vote of motion to accept the policy manual as written.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion on that?
Please.
How should we take vote on that?
We probably have to be roll call.
Can we do a roll call vote on that?
Sure.
Okay, Deborah Ackerman,
Aye.
Judge Havens,
Stay.
Bruce Ashley, he's not here. Jackie Dermody,
Same.
Sheriff Heeg, Tyler Wieslewski, Elizabeth Flynn, Steve Irick,
Aye.
Brian Brook, Thomas O'Neill, Liam Hobbs,
Aye.
Steve Crittenden,
Aye.
Mike Burby,
Abstain.
Jim Pressel,
Abstain.
Commissioner Haney,
Aye.
Sean Fagan, Pastor Lane Timberlake, Judge Oss, Katie Jesneski, Judge Stallbrink,
Yes.
Leon Campbell.
Passes.
I think it passed.
Passed.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. Off to new business.
Officer elections. So, Mr. Irick has been our president for the last couple of years. He's done an outstanding job. But we do need officers this year, so we can keep him on the roll, or we can nominate someone new to be our president, and we do need a new vice president. Basically, the vice president steps in when the president can't be here. In the last couple years that I know of, that has never happened, so.
I nominate Mr. Steve Irick
For president?
for president.
Okay. So we have Mr. Irick nominated for president. Do we have anyone else? Do we have any objections for Mr. Irick being president?
No.
Okay.
I guess we don't need a vote on that one.
No. What about vice president?
Anybody?
Nobody else. Sure.
Mr. Haney.
Mr. Haney, vice president.
Any other nominations?
Any objections? Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Quarterly meetings. Question is time. We're talking May 19th, August 18th, November 17th. We've met at 8 o'clock. It's not etched in stone. It can be whenever. I don't know how that works out for judges. I know that your calls are the big item here, so. Does 8 work okay for everybody? Okay.
All right. We'll keep it at 8 o'clock.
IACAC.
Okay. I gave you all a new members brochure for IACAC. That is the agency that partners with DOC that supervises community corrections. We have a couple meetings coming up. Our residential meeting, which is an audit that IACAC does for each of the units. I did not know this until our last meeting, but board members are, they desire you to actually become a member of their organization and to possibly participate in any of their trainings or any of their meetings. So if you would like to do that, then you do have a new member brochure so that you would have all that information. So it's
Where's
more.
the conference? Do you know?
The spring conference is April 9th through the 11th in French Lick, Indiana. And then they have a fall conference, which is the third week in November. And that's usually in Indianapolis. And we have a residential meeting in Muncie, Indiana, that's coming up this month.
It's actually an excellent resource for understanding what community corrections is about. So I encourage you all to engage as much as you can. Ratification of DOC state grant
Ms.
and other
Howard,
transfers.
who bring it?
You don't have any?
We put it in here. We're gonna have to table that till next meeting.
Okay.
Our encumbrances aren't in here.
We are going to request a motion to table that till next meeting. So,
Motion to table.
okay, second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? All right. Kitchen renovation.
So our kitchen, our facility is 12 years old. It's 12 years old, and when our facility was built, they put an apartment style kitchen in our facility, and it has not withstood the test of time. It is.
Explain to them how the food procurement has gone.
Okay, he's asked me to explain to you about the food. Our food is prepared at the county jail. We have officers that go 3 times a day to pick up the food, and then the food is brought back to community corrections. They go into the kitchen, and then it's plated in the kitchen, and it's put in the refrigerator and different things like that. Throughout time with our different participants preparing the food, the kitchen has become damaged and outdated. The materials that they used when they first made the kitchen, they just did not withstand what we needed it to do. I gave Judge Julianne Havens, she had a tour and she was able to see the kitchen and the state that it's in, and also Commissioner Haney, and he actually can go into a little further details if he would like to tell you about the kitchen. I'm not a construction worker, but I do know it needs to be rehabbed.
Sure, thank you. So, as the director said, it's a small, small kitchen you would find in a small apartment with the typical equipment that you would find in a small low-end apartment type kitchen. With like a standard oven, standard refrigerator, freezer, standard microwave, plus all just the regular kind of press board type countertop with a little bit of laminate or whatever stuck onto it. So it's surprising it's lasted this long. If I remember correctly, you said you're serving 70 some odd meals 3 times a day that come out of that kitchen. So that's quite a bit of wear and tear on it. It definitely needs to be replaced. We were speaking about some different funding options for it as well. Hopefully we can get something matching perhaps from the county. That would be, I think, my initial suggestion would be to approach the county to see if they can match with the funding that we've got available from community corrections, and then kind of go from there and see what they're willing to put into it. But I know the initial pricing that we thought is probably not going to be too bad. But what we really need to do here this morning is just get some direction from the board for the director and for community corrections to go out and seek some quotes to get some of that replaced.
So I am requesting a motion to go before the commissioners to request rehabilitating the current kitchen at Community Corrections.
Jackie, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Judge, any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. So now we're to control of funds policy update.
The LaPorte County was kind of behind in our state audits for our fiscal body here at LaPorte County, which meant that Community Corrections was behind as well. When they come in to audit the auditor's department, then that means that they audit all of our separate arms of the county. So we were severely behind. So we just had an audit on year 21, 22, and here we are year 25. So some of the things that we got cited on in 21, 22 was nothing that this directorship could take care of. So we did get cited on some control of inventory funds. There were some things that I did dispute with the State Board of Accounts, but of course they have the last say so. So we had to update our financial policy. So in your board packet was sent a control of funds policy for you all to review. And I'm just asking for, we do have to send that policy back to State Board of Accounts for them to review. So you do have that in your board packet. So I'm requesting a motion to accept the financial policy update. If there is something in there that is not accurate, I would entertain a subcommittee to work with us to make sure that our inventory control is where it should be.
Make a motion. My first is to thank our current / new director from when that had occurred for taking before some of these audit findings came in. You were already, as soon as you took your position, we're making some of those corrections already, even before getting cited from the State Board of Accounts. Which again, there was as she said, a 3 or 4 year delay. So it was fantastic to see when you came in, you were taking those steps already and you didn't wait for things to come in. So I just wanted to recognize your hard work and diligence on that.
Thank you.
I would make a motion to approve the new policy to send to the SBOA. I can't really make any recommendations on it because that's kind of outside of my wheelhouse as far as some of those internal controls for general accounting purposes, but it appears to be in order.
Is there a second? Judge Stallworth, thank you. Any other discussion, comments, concern?
I'm sorry. There's one thing that I did need to make sure that you all are aware. We do have to, State Board of Accounts did cite us on the fact that our fees for our different courts that we work with, Veterans Court, Reentry Court, Family Recovery Court, Problem Solving Court, and Adult Probation, we do drug testing for those courts, and sometimes we do supervise GPS and work release clients. So we had to have it spelled out exactly how much we charge those courts, which is separate from our regular community correction participants. So if you notice, there is a scale in the back, and unlike before, we did put a dollar amount on work release fees. And previously, we have not charged the courts for work release. But we did include that in that scale. So I want to make sure that we're very transparent about that. So that may be a discussion that some of the individuals want to take back to their courts and talk about.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, new grant process.
Myself, along with Mr. Irick and Ms. Holly and Ms. Garner, we are going through training now. They did change the grant process for community corrections. And so we're going to the state grant, which is called an e-civis grant. And so we just needed to make you aware of that.
It seems like that happens every couple of years.
Yes, it does.
So, new IDOC commissioner.
We have a new commissioner, Mr. Lloyd Arnold. He does have a lengthy background in corrections. I believe he worked in fire safety as well. So some things will be changing in community corrections. When you have a new commissioner, they come with their own vision. So the reason why JRAC is not on here, JRAC may possibly not still be around because our new commissioner has new ideas for what he wants to do. So we're going to wait and see how he rolls out what his new ideas are for the Indiana Department of Corrections.
Is it JRAC statutory though?
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay.
discuss it.
All right. DOC CSA action planning, April 29th at Healthcare or Health Foundation of LaPorte.
So we have an action plan. We're going to be hosting a DOC training. So what I would like to do is, because LaPorte County is hosting it and I would like LaPorte County to be represented well, I would like to be able to provide at least breakfast or possibly snacks for that training. I think DOC is going to provide lunch, but I would just like the opportunity to host and for LaPorte County to look well. So I'm entertaining a motion for me to be able to go before the commissioners to ask, can we provide a breakfast or a snack?
And the council.
And the council for that.
Make a motion to approve, to approach for approval.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? What is CSA? We'll table that request.
We'll table it.
Yeah. Okay. Computer lab.
So we have partnered with adult probation, and we're going to be utilizing a service called Whole in Health to streamline some of our support services. So in mental health services, substance abuse services. And in order for us to do that, a lot of things are done via telehealth. Right now, our individuals use a tablet to communicate with their families. However, with the telehealth, we needed something a little bit more private. And also with job searching is no longer, it's kind of becoming taboo to go to different companies and asking for an application. A lot of things are done online. So we would like to do a computer lab at the facility. We're looking for 2 laptops and 2 personal computers so that our individuals have the opportunity to job seek at home. It's also a safety to the community because it requires them to job seek there and they're not in the community kind of just ripping and running around. So I would like to entertain a motion for us to go before the commissioners and the council to pay for computers for a computer lab. We do have it within our budget to provide those computers without asking for the county for additional.
So it'd be permission to spend.
Permission to spend,
Okay.
yes.
I have a
Motion to approach the council.
Okay. Second? Jackie, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Yearly report.
Each year we have to turn in a yearly report to the advisory board as well as DOC. So I sent a PowerPoint presentation to you all so you're able to look and see kind of a year in review of what has taken place at Community Corrections in year 24. So that was sent to you all.
Anything on that or just information?
Just information purposes only.
Public comment? Not many public here, but anybody have anything they want to bring up or discuss or say? No? Making this easy. That's why I keep getting this job. All right. I entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second? Okay. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to the new people for being here and helping us out. Couldn't do this without you, so thank you.
And we'll see you all May 19th at 8 o'clock in the same room.
Same place? Yep.
All right.